Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Tami Wollensak. I'm a certified divorce lending professional with the Divorce Lending Association, and I'm here today to talk to one of my great referral partners that we really like doing a lot of business together, Brad Pawlowski. And he's going to talk a little bit about himself, and we're going to kind of go through some reasons why you really want great divorce professionals around you when you're going through this life transition. So thank you for joining me, Brad.
Thanks for having me, Tammy. I appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. So why don't you give us a little background knowledge about yourself and your practice and kind of why you chose these particular areas? You practice a couple different types of law. So can you give us a little bit of information about that?
Sure. I've been a lawyer for about 25 years. I have a neighborhood practice in Edison Park, which is like Northwest Highway in Devon. I practice with my partner, who I've been with for 25 years, and we have an associate. And our neighborhood practice is fairly general. All of us do a lot of litigation and real estate and divorce. And my practice is mainly family law and real estate. And the chose or happened kind of thing, when you're in a neighborhood practice over the years, you kind of just wind up doing one, what comes in, and two, what you like. And over the last 10 or 15 years, I've been lucky enough to be able to do more of what I like than what just comes in. And the family law, real estate stuff is kind of what stuck.
Yeah, that's great. And you're very good at it. So I know that each divorce is really unique. Everyone kind of goes on their unique journey, and every divorce is kind of like a snowflake, right? But if you could change anything or give anyone a heads up, some advice on how to start this process or going down this path, what would that be?
Uh, I have a couple of suggestions that I give to almost everyone that I talk to about uh, deciding on how, when to embark on a divorce. One, uh, regardless of whether you're the income earning spouse or the non income earning spouse, or you have lots of money or not a lot of money, um, one thing that is super helpful to you as the potential divorcing person and to the professionals who you're going to be working with is get as much information on your finances as you can. That helps give the professionals a picture of what kind of decisions they're going to help you through and what kind of challenges your particular marital estate might present. Uh, and there's not a whole lot of them. Most marriages, big estate, small estate, deal with an income or two and, uh, you know, maybe a house and some retirement and some bank accounts and some debt. And that is all in different degrees. Some are seven figures and some are not even five figures, but those are kind of generally the issues that you deal with. And so that leads me to the second suggestion uh, that I give to people once I let them know they should kind of figure out what they have is while you're interviewing people, uh, you're starting off on a journey. Getting on a bus is what I say. And that bus has four wheels, you and your spouse, and the attorney you pick, and the attorney your spouse picks. And if any one of those wheels is flat, bumpy, broken, faulty, the whole ride is going to be a bumpy, yucky, I want to get off kind of ride. So picking your divorce attorney is very important, and so is your spouse's decision. And sometimes you can't control that, but
I
the
think
idea
that is,
how
I
well the attorneys work together makes as much of a difference, in my experience, as how well you and your spouse are able to reach agreements without a long, protracted, expensive litigation.
Oh my gosh, that is such great advice, I think. And I am a true advocate for that. And I believe in that as well. What would you recommend that these people, what would they look for when selecting an attorney or a financial advisor or somebody to put on their divorce team, so to speak?
That's a great question. Um, it takes a lot of uh, discussion with your potential divorce attorney to get a feeling for, can I work with this person? Now, there are people who look for the divorce attorney in the middle of an emotional kind of the throes of the emotions of fear, anxiety, anger, things like that. And they might gravitate to a person who's telling them what they want to hear and kind of expressing to them that we're going to fight and go get everything and just tear them up.
Hmm.
If you're in that emotional state, try to recognize that, because what I've seen over all of my career is that only lasts for this long. And then you realize, just like I just described, you're just in with a couple incomes and a house and a retirement and a little bit of debt. It's all the same. You can spend a lot of time and money on those things, or you can also get the feeling from your potential divorce professional that they're giving you kind of all of your options. They're letting you know that there could be goods and there could be bads. You're letting them know that they're letting you know that they're more concerned with your financial outcome in this divorce than the feeling that they are for theirs. I say a lot to people, look, my first job is not dealing with your emotions. It's to keep as much money in your pocket when we're done as possible. Even if that means I'm not putting money in my pocket by doing all kinds of work you want me to do that is unnecessary and just out of emotion. I want you to have as much in the end as possible. And if you're not getting that kind of feeling from your divorce professional, you're actually buying one of those wheels for the bus that you're going to want to replace later.
That is such great information. I think that's really important. And people going into their divorce thinking that they're going to potentially win something because they might have feel wronged, or they might feel like this was not a choice of their own. Is that necessarily going to be a better outcome for them? And finding that professional that helps them understand that that's not necessarily going to be the case is potentially a better fit, right? Somebody that can really educate them on really the process of the divorce itself, and not saying they're going to destroy another person.
Right. The idea is, once someone is throwing grenades, everyone's in the same room, so everyone's getting affected by those.
Oh,
But what I like to do all the time is uh, kind of weigh the cost benefits. So there could be a very legitimate divorce issue from your spouse over where this money went, or should I be entitled to this money. Um, when you're doing your intakes and your interviews of your divorce professionals, try to get a feeling as to whether that person is going to say, well, this issue is X dollars and it's legit. We can get you an answer, but it may cost you almost X dollars. Is that something that you want to embark on? There are lots of divorce lawyers who don't bother with that option and just say, you want to do this? We'll do it. Here's the bill. Those are how things spiral. And then once people start spiraling like that, they're so in deep with the divorce process that it's hard to get out of it with a practical resolution.
Brad, that's great information. I actually heard of a case once where somebody was the last thing that they were trying to figure out, negotiate over was a patio set that they'd spent money on. And at the end of the day, nobody was giving them the information that you just spelled out, that they could probably go buy a new patio set for the amount of money that they were spending all the people's time and energy trying to win this patio set that was important to them. So,
And when the two lawyers are kind of in the front of this bus, if they are both of the same mindset, that
mm,
we're not going to let you argue, spend twice as much on a patio set on lawyers as the patio set costs, that helps a lot. Even if one spouse insists for a little bit, if you have two professionals who are kind of corralling all of those emotions, that helps a lot.
yeah, absolutely. Do you have one memorable case that maybe you've worked on in the past, and what impacted you the most out of it?
Um, I don't necessarily have one, but I have a progression of several over my 25 years of stories just like your patio set. And as I've grown and matured as a lawyer and my have seen more and have understood more about how people interact, how to work better with other lawyers, I've seen those patio set type of arguments
Mhm.
decrease exponentially over the course of my career. Whereas to now, I mean, I can look back to when I was a young lawyer where that was just what you did. I actually had a guy very early on in my career who wanted to line item the light bulbs, the 15 light bulbs that they had in the house as to who gets the light bulbs. Very much like the patio set, but even
Sure.
cheaper than that. We're talking about $5 worth of light bulbs. Um, all of those things have decreased to the point where I can see that stuff coming now, and I'm happy to say that it doesn't happen very often because I'm able to recognize it. I'm able to get the person I represent to recognize it, and almost always I'm at least able to elicit the help of the other attorney to recognize it. So we can just not spend people's money on things like that.
Cut it off at the pass, right?
Yep,
Right. Well, Brad, I really appreciate you sharing your very valuable time with me today. And I really respect you as an outstanding family law professional in the Chicagoland market. I always like to refer clients to you because I know that you're going to take really good care of them and do what's right for them. And so I want to just say, where can somebody get a hold of you if they're looking for you?
sure. Our website is easy. It's collablawil.com, COLLABLAWIL.com.
Okay.
Uh, and also, the office number is easy, 773-763-4400. And if we're not there, that leads you to my cell phone or wherever else you need to find me.
Awesome. And do you have any final thoughts that you want to leave us with today?
Do your homework and pick good people.
Great. I love it. Thanks so much, Brad. I appreciate you.
Thanks, Tammy.
Okay.